Hello! I'm doing another update, and I know that the lighting is weird because of the lampshade that I have here, but there's no other lighting in the room right now that's really good. If I come over here, what if I move? Let me move. Why don't you go play with Daddy a little bit, and Mommy's just gonna make a video. How does that sound? Does that sound okay? We'll play after. I'm not sure how she feels about that, but we will see. I look a bit silly today. I haven't showered or anything, and it's a Saturday, and we've just been hanging out at home and trying to get things clean. Today is actually the day that I filmed my pregnancy announcement. So, oh, excuse me, we have some hammering going on. Is there construction? There's construction going on.
Come.
Bean, why don't you go construct elsewhere?
Emily, come, give me hammer over here.
Sorry about that. Emmeline is just very into construction these days because we're building a new bee room for our bee stuff. Today, I wanted to do my 16-week update, but it's not 16 weeks. I'm a little bit beyond that. I'm about 17 and a half weeks right now, but I'm gonna do a 16-week update. I'll try and do a weekly update, but I'm more of the mind that you have a due period, because you know they say it's anywhere from 37 weeks to 42 weeks. So I have a due date, and I don't know, I mean, I know the first day of my last period, I know when I conceived, everything's, you know, it's planned, so this is a planned baby, so I know everything, and usually I'm pretty in tune with my body, and I can feel, you know, with Emily and I felt implantation. With this baby, I kind of felt it. I have a due date, and in Norway, they're really fixed on using the size and the measurements of the baby to give you a due date, but I think that's not really accurate, because if it had been accurate, I asked them about Emmeline's due date. It just would have been completely different because she was a small baby. Anyway, enough about that. My due period, somewhere in the middle of June is the due period, so I'll try and do weekly updates based off of the first day of my last period. Hopefully that sounds good. 16 weeks. I am still feeling bad. Not every day. I mean, I feel okay on some days, but I'm still overall just feeling not well. I still feel nauseous some days. I'm extremely picky with food, and it's not like me because normally I eat anything, but there's just things I can't eat, or eating them just makes me feel gross or sick or a bit nauseous. So for example, eggs. I love eggs. I can't even stomach them anyway. I've tried, I put it in my mouth and I can't. I just can't have eggs. She wants to sit in the chair. With food, it's pretty particular. I basically just want vegetables, some meat. I don't really want anything else. Butter is okay. I don't really want to eat anything else, and eating other things, it's difficult for me, but I do try and eat it. I don't even want chocolate. I mean, I like chocolate. I don't eat it all the time, but I do like it when I have a piece. But I got tons of chocolate for Christmas. Let me show you this. Where's my bag of chocolate, Alvin? Do you have it? It's right here. I'm gonna show you this bag of chocolate. I think I got like 12 chocolate bars from different people. So this is my bag of chocolate. It may not look like much to you, but it's insane. It literally has chocolate covered cherries from my mom. I've got like, I want to say 10 chocolate bars in there. It's just huge, and I don't want any of it. The other thing, at this point, my skin is incredibly sensitive to different feelings of fabrics and textures. So for me, I mean, it has to be cotton that touches my skin, or something that's really, really soft. Anything that is rough is just not, anything that, I don't know, even if it's not rough normally, I can't wear it. It happened also with Emmeline. By this point with Emmeline, I felt fantastic. I was working out at the gym, I was super active, we were always doing something. So there were no issues, but right now I still feel a bit sick. I have days where I'm so exhausted I can't take it. Dizziness is something that I've been dealing with as well. Headaches. I also had headaches with Emmeline. Didn't have dizziness. They think that I might have anemia this time, which could be the reason that I'm still not feeling well at this point, and that I'm getting headaches and dizziness. My blood work got messed up. I went to get my blood work done before Christmas, and it turns out that they put it under another person's social security number. So the lab figured it out and then didn't give me my results back, so I had to wait until Christmas was over and then go back and do my blood work again. So I should get the results from that soon. If everything looks fine there, then I'm gonna have to just go have my blood pressure checked just to make sure. Didn't have any complications like that with Emmeline, but you know, just, I'm not sure. Ultrasound I should technically be having, like, I think now, this week, but they put it under the other person's name and because of her social security number, so I don't have an ultrasound. That appointment was just voided, and then they have to do a new one for me, and I should get that in the mail soon. But in terms of other weeks, how I'm feeling, I have had the most insane bekkenlösning, so it's, I guess, pelvic girdle pain in English you can say. It started immediately. It's how I knew I was pregnant. Immediately I just felt everything in my body pulse and separate. Sorry about Emmeline, she's very talkative now. Pulse and like just separate. And what's happened is I have a old part in my back that it was about kind of an injury when I was younger, 14 maybe, and they told me the best way, there's nothing we can do, surgery, just no, so just work out and strengthen the muscles, it will hold everything in. So I did that, had no problems until the end of my pregnancy with Emmeline, which makes sense because I was heavier. My back, it's incredibly painful, and it's pulling my hip is literally just sitting out of place. So I haven't been able to work out. I've barely been able to walk or do anything at all. And I think part of the reason is because after I had Emmeline, I really wasn't that active, and I'm still breastfeeding when I got pregnant, so I already had lots of oxytocin, still maybe possibly relaxed in the body. So just a combination of factors has caused those ligaments or everything just to be so loose to the point where the hip is actually dislocating. It's incredibly painful, and I'm very disappointed about it because I've already gained a lot more weight than I would have wanted because of that. I really haven't been able to be active at all. I couldn't go for walks. I haven't been able to do anything, and that's very unlike me, and I don't like it. It's actually making me quite unhappy, but at the end of the day I just have to think, well, there's nothing I can really do about it. I have to keep going to the doctors to see if, and the physical therapist, to see if they can kind of get everything in the right position, and at that point I can start biking. And hopefully I'm going to try that today a little bit, and then they said once I start biking and building that back up, it will help, and then I can start doing regular exercising and that sort of thing. Size, I started to show way earlier this time. I started to show around 3 months, so that did not happen. I didn't show until I was 6 months with Emmeline. So 3 months I started to show. I'm already showing a lot now, but I guess that's normal, they said, with your second pregnancy, because your body just, your uterus just goes poof, and it's big. And there it is. I've been feeling the baby move for a long time, actually. I was able to feel around 13, 14 weeks, and then everything stopped for 2 weeks, and I freaked out, and I thought, oh my god, everything's wrong. But then I felt the baby moving a lot the day before, yesterday. Today, not so much, really. I don't even think I've felt it move, but that's normal around this stage, so I'm not worried about it. I am very disappointed, actually, that I've gained so much weight at this point, because with the move, usually we gain weight. I usually gain weight whenever we move. And then on top of that, not being able to be active at all and having horrible cravings or just everything just being weird, I've gained more weight than I wanted. I always said whenever I have my second baby, I'm not going to gain all that weight. Because with Emmeline, I barely gained anything until like the last month or two, month and a half. Because they were worried that something was wrong with Emmeline because she was so small. So they're like, bed rest, not better, but sit at home, don't be active, stop working out, and eat a lot more, because we need to see if you are gaining, if she's gonna gain any of that weight. So I did exactly what they said, ate lots of healthy food, but I ate a lot of it, and I ended up gaining a ton of weight, and I ended up being a size, I don't know, 10, 12 maybe, US. After Emily was born, just from doing that, and I regretted it so much. But at the time I was just like, okay, do what they say, because is there a problem with the baby or is there not? Turns out there was nothing wrong. But so now I've said to Alvin, I'm aware of that. I'm actually wearing pants that I wore 3 months after Emily was born, and they were like tight, like really tightly fitting, and they're big, and I'm wearing them now, and I was so upset when I put them on. I'm like, oh my god, they're not tight on me or anything yet, but I'm wearing them and I can wear them. So I'm disappointed, but I'm using them as a reference point just to be careful and watch my weight at this point, because I don't want to get to that point. I do gain, I personally believe that your body will gain the weight if it needs it, even if you don't eat anything differently. I've had friends who have ate exactly the same way and they gained a lot more fat. And then when their baby was born, it went away after about 6 months. I think for me, I gain weight when I'm pregnant. Just around my hips, I tend to get more hippie. I also gain weight in my arms, which is bizarre for me because I never gain weight in my arms. But I notice like in my arms, I gain weight when I'm pregnant. So that's weird. So that's my update at 16 weeks. Well, 16 weeks. So hopefully I'll start to feel better soon. Hopefully my hip will be better so I can actually move because I hate not being able to work out. I hate it so much. Or not being able to do anything. So I'm able to walk now. So that's really nice. I went for a long walk today and I've gone for a couple. So I'm starting to walk again and I'm just being really good about, I mean, my crazy cravings are gone now. I just want vegetables really. So I'm just trying to be good about watching what I eat and how much I eat and just make sure that I'm not going over what I would normally eat because I'm feeling bad. Or because I have cravings, which I actually haven't had any more cravings. Like, that's over. That was done with about maybe, I don't know, 2 weeks ago, but it was pretty insane. So anyway, hopefully everything goes better from this point on. And that's my update. And I'll have to show you. I'll have Alvin film my stomach and I'll show you. You can see here. Okay, Alvin, I have got a huge sweater on, but we're gonna film my stomach. So you can see, these are the pants that I had on. Let's see if I can go back. I lower it, just lower the camera a little bit. So these are the jeans that I had on, and they were super tight. And they're not super tight, but I'm sad that I'm fitting in them. I'm sad that I'm fitting in them. And
they don't really fit though.
They don't really fit. Like they're not
looking at them, they're quite big.
They're not tight. They're not tight. But still, I'm sad that I'm fitting in them. So these are my reference point. It's okay if they don't fit the stomach, but you can literally see my tummy. There we go. By this point, last time, you wouldn't have seen anything. Can you see it? Can you see my stomach? You can totally see it, right? Look at that. It looks pregnant, like I look pregnant. But I think I'm at that point, so people are like, is she pregnant or is she not? But it's a little bit like round and hard, sticking out, so you can tell. Like if you see me in person, you can tell. Hopefully you can tell. I'll take some pictures as well. Yeah? Alright. So that's my 16-week update, and I'll give you another one later on.